This video is being made a couple of days after Paul Manafort was found guilty on 8 counts, and Michael Cohen pled guilty to also 8 counts, and both pieces of news were deemed to be quite damaging to Donald Trump. However, it's hard to know where it'll go in the future. If we look at where Saturn is, we see why all of this is happening. Saturn in early Capricorn is triggering Trump's most difficult alignment in his chart, this T-square formed by Mercury, Neptune, and Eris, involving, in fact, legalities. But then we see that with Manafort, even though we don't know his time of birth, I've done a video on his chart elsewhere, we still can see from the day positions that he has a cluster in Aries: Mercury, Eris, Venus, Mars, and Sun. All of those fall in the dreaded degrees, so to speak. I have them circled here. They trigger the T-square formation in Trump's chart. This is something that happens very frequently in astrology. We are not just drawn to people who we get along with in an easy way. We often will be drawn to their conflicts because there's a dynamism to that kind of connection. In fact, in planets between people, you see a mix in the relationship typically. You see planets that trigger your most difficult alignments and planets that act in a more supportive way. This is a huge cluster in a very, very tricky place. And moreover, it is being currently triggered by the Saturn transit. So my feeling is that Paul Manafort is going to hurt Donald Trump, and he's going to hurt him badly. And I don't mean just in the sense that he was the first person to be ejected from the campaign in the summer of 2016 due to the initial revelations about Russian connections, or because he has been convicted recently, or he might be convicted again in September. I mean in a deeper sense, in the sense that he might flip, or that ultimately he's not going to be any help to him and will prove to be a damaging person, given where these planets are. It has been said that Trump might just pardon him, and that he's sending signals that he would pardon him. However, I have also heard that if he did that, Mueller could then deny him the use of the Fifth Amendment and force him to testify before a grand jury, in which case he would have to tell the truth, or else he would go to jail for that. So it might not be in his best interest to wait for a pardon, and if he's not going to wait for a pardon, then it becomes highly problematic for Donald Trump. So bottom line, the way these two charts come together, my sense is that Paul Manafort is a huge problem for Donald Trump.